what is your favorite scary movie?
We'll find out today, actually. So we got a pretty good top 10 again, I think, right?
No, not a top 10. Just a few of the craziest horror movies based on true stories.
This one will have Amityville Horror in it for sure. But today, so what were we talking about? Some spooky stuff. This one's exciting. I like the movies. They always are usually pretty fun, but usually probably never really close to what the real stuff actually is.
Yeah, that's what I was finding when I was looking this up, is that, I had a list that was like a top 10,
Yeah.
but then I look into the background and it's like, oh, it's very loosely based. They're like, this is very, very, it's like not even 0.5%.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, so I try to find ones that were a lot more accurate to the story, the real story.
Okay, so what do we have? Start her off.
Well, we are starting off with indeed your favorite, the Amityville Horror.
No, I don't want to say it's my favorite. I keep mentioning it because I feel like it's the most famous.
One of your favorites.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
He cuts that wood real good, actually, come to think of it. But anyways, the original one was kind of cheesy, especially when the priest was there and the fucking house was like, get out! That should never happen. Never fucking happen at all, guaranteed.
Well, we will get into that. I was going to start with the history, the real story first.
Okay.
So we have the DeFeo family murders. This took place in Long Island, New York, November 13th, 1974.
Okay.
Ronald DeFeo Jr. had arrived at a bar to tell everyone that his parents have been shot. So some patrons from the bar, I think some of them were his friends, but it was a little unclear. They drove to his house and found that not just his parents were dead, but in fact all of his other siblings were also shot and killed.
So, fun fact, that's really fun, but they're all shot in the backs, like they're all laying in their stomachs, I think it was.
Yes, I was going to mention that later. It's very interesting that they're all laying face down, shot in the back.
Do you think that
in
was...
their beds.
Do you think that was like... I don't think it's coincidence. Do you think he told them to before he shot them? Or he, moved them to do that?
Well, let me...
Okay, sorry, go.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay, go ahead.
He was Ronald himself was convicted for the crime, but there was speculation that he didn't do it alone. And for that, that's one of the reasons why they think, okay, no one woke up when the shot went off and ran or whatever, because other people helped.
Okay.
There's also, however, the theory that the mob did it, because that was his original
Yeah. Yep.
confession. He was saying, my dad had ties to the mob, so it was the mob who came and did this.
Yep.
Afterwards, he did confess that there were voices in the house that made him do it, and he would go on to change his story a few times. I think one of the last stories were always revolved around the older sister.
Yeah, so I watched quite a few of in the jail interviews with him. He never once mentioned the ghosts or demons or anything of all the ones I watched. And he's always like, "Oh yeah, my sister, me and my sister did it, this and this and that." It's like, yeah, well, she was also face down shot, so no. He's such a piece of crap, but I think he's still alive. Actually, no, did he die?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought. I'm not sure. It probably tells you when he did, but.
I might not have put it in here, actually. I'm pretty sure he died in a couple years. Yeah, a couple years ago.
Okay.
2000 something.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever.
During court, his attorney tried to use the insanity plea.
Always.
They were not
Successful at all, probably.
No, they didn't believe it whatsoever. So that's why he was, still convicted, went to jail.
Just move on to the lots.
I thought maybe I had how long he was in prison for it. It was like life sentence.
Well, yeah,
for sure,
obviously,
like back
sure,
to back
yeah,
life
yeah.
sentence. But anyway, there's also mention people talk to the neighbors and friends of the family. There was actually, I think, a reporter who was friends with the older daughter. Or might have just been a neighbor. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But she disclaimed that the daughter would have anything to do with that. She's like, it was definitely all him.
For sure.
But they mentioned that they were a very Catholic Italian family. And that a lot of pressure was put on the eldest son because, he inherits.
The business and all that stuff.
Yeah,
He was a car salesman, I think. Sorry, that's what it was.
I don't know
Yeah, I think
what
he's
his
a
dad
car.
did,
Yeah, I think he's a
but
car salesman. He had like a car lot.
yeah. So you can see that there could be tension between the father and the son just from that dynamic.
Yeah, he said he was highly abusive too, which that's what I heard. I don't know.
Yeah, that's also a claim. I know, I think some neighbors had said that the father had boasted about his ties to the mob and that he seemed, a little scary, but
Yeah.
we can't actually confirm that or not.
Yeah,
And
he's fucking dead.
yeah, and people also thought that Ronald Jr. would do drugs and he would drink all the time,
Yeah,
drinking
yep.
a lot. So the question remains, was he psychotic? Did something send him over the edge? Who helped him? Was he actually possessed? What happened in that house?
Okay, truthfully, my opinion.
Go for it.
All right. I kind of feel like maybe the abuse thing was right. Maybe his dad did beat the shit out of him. Maybe him and his sister, the oldest sister, possibly. Maybe they did talk about doing it. And then when it came down to doing it, he's the only one that wanted to, and she like didn't want to. So he's like, "Well, fuck! If you're not gonna do it, you're gone too." That's what I think. I think maybe it was planned between both of them, and she kind of backed out of it, and he's just like, "Fuck it, we're doing it anyway." So I don't believe in the demon thing. I don't think that's real. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, it's sad and disturbing. I mean, because the youngest kid is like 8 or 10 or something.
Yeah, he was young.
Like
for sure.
to do the whole family like that.
Yeah, for
Crazy.
sure. Yep.
But yeah, just the whole laying face down is crazy. Because I mean, like he could have been like, well, if you don't do it, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. But still, for no one else to hear the gunshot, get up, I'm like, were they drugged beforehand?
No, yeah, who knows? Well, they probably did toxicology.
Well,
report,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, that's true.
But anyways,
That's
so
still a mystery.
yeah, Lutz family moves in.
The Lutz family, only a little over a year after the murders take place,
Which is wild, really.
yeah, move into this house. And it is a gorgeous, I believe, 3-story house.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge house near the water. It's gorgeous. I mean, I would probably be tempted to buy it even if a murder did take place there too, honestly.
Yeah.
My research claims that the forensic team hadn't actually cleaned up the murder scene. That there was blood and guts and stuff like
I don't
still
know.
at the scene, and the mother claimed to have cleaned it up herself.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm like, that doesn't sound
That
right.
doesn't make any sense now.
But that's what it said. And it was not even a month after moving in that the family had fled the house with nothing but the clothing on their backs. They just up and hoofed it out of there.
So I want to point this out about Ed and Lorraine Warren's stories. Every single one of them, the family they put all their money into the one house, and they always leave everything there. I think all the stories are almost all like that. The family puts all their money into the home that they're picking, and then something catastrophic happens, and they all have to leave. I think someone else pointed that out too, with all those kind of stories. Just think about The Conjuring, same way. They dumped all their money into the house. Oh, we don't really have any other money. You know what I mean? So
I don't know.
I don't know.
They reported several terrifying paranormal experiences, such as swarms of flies, being cold, even though they had fires in the fireplaces. There was heat.
The green goop.
Goo oozing out of the walls. That is probably one of the most famous ones.
So far-fetched. I doubt that so much.
Cabinets and doors opening and slamming, lights flickering, and red-eyed demons,
Fucking red eyes. It's always a goddamn red eyes.
and even levitation.
Yeah.
The DeFeo's defense lawyer also reported having worked with the Lutzes to fabricate a story that would make them all money.
That seems way more likely. Truthfully.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, what would be the point of admitting that if it wasn't true?
Yeah.
Like, what does he gain from being like, oh, yeah, we made it up?
Yeah, really.
So, I mean, I'm tempted to believe that it's false. Going back to the red eyes, apparently one of the things was seeing a pig
Yeah,
with
pig,
red eyes.
Yeah, pig monster. Yeah.
And the levitation part, I believe, was the
Sex.
husband said the wife had levitated in her bed one night, and that was like the night they left.
Wasn't the demon like sexual to the wife? I think that was part of it too.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if it was that story or one
I
of
know
the
what you're
other ones.
talking about,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if it's a story.
It might be that. Yeah, I don't remember. But here, the big one for me is like, I don't know. There's some kind of Indian red room as well, and that was in the movie, the red room. No,
I only watched, full disclosure here, I only watched like clips of the original 1979 film.
no.
So I haven't seen everything that's in there, but I just saw some of it. What's interesting though is like the house has sold a few times over the years, and it's always been locals who have bought it. Nothing wrong with them. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with the house.
Yeah.
They live happy, normal lives. And they just kind of, some of them wish that it wouldn't have gotten so much publicity because people still come and try and see the house, check it out.
They changed the address too.
Yes, they did. Yeah. And they changed the windows on the house, but
The square ones, not the eyes. Yeah.
people can still find it. So I mean, like, I get wanting to see it, but don't go up to people's houses and
Don't be a dick.
bang on the door and interrupt their lives. They don't need that.
And I have to say though, if it wasn't haunted before, after the, murders and stuff, it definitely probably haunted now. Well,
You think it would be?
Well, if it wasn't haunted before, the best chance of it being haunted is after 7 people got brutally murdered in it. You'd think. Like,
Yeah,
like,
but if all these people have lived there and haven't had
yeah, no,
experiences,
you're
then
right. Maybe that doesn't matter. Only the grudge that matters, I guess.
I don't know.
Who knows? Okay.
Anyway, the original movie was made in 1979, has a runtime of 1 hour and 57 minutes. That's pretty long for a movie back then.
Yeah.
Has a 6.2 out of 10 rating. This is all from IMDb.
It's not obsession, that's for sure.
And I just wrote down the highlights, and I thought this movie is like hilarious. I probably couldn't sit through the whole 2 hours though, because it's not a very good movie. I mean, the actors, some of them can really squish up their face and look terrified and whatnot, but part with the priest that comes in, he watches flies, just a bunch of flies at the outside window. He's just looking at him. And then he suddenly falls ill, and they start clinging to him and like going in his ear and stuff, which is gross. But it's just really slow, and I'm like,
The whole movie's pretty slow, I feel like. And then the door swings open and it screams, "Get out."
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the most famous scenes.
That's what the story's got to offer to you, bro. You know what I mean?
The toilet bubbles black goo, and the mom's just like, don't tell your aunt or whoever is coming. And I'm like,
Don't talk about the black goo in the toilet.
why is it black goo? Like, it never comes back. It's just randomly bubbling black goo. I don't know. I kind of laughed at this too. The kid goes in the closet for something, and the door shuts behind her, and she can't get out. And she's just banging on it. And, like, she could be banging on it hard for a small kid, but she is not, like, really banging or for that long. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't really tell, but has bloody knuckles all of a sudden, just wiped all over the door.
Well, in the remake, though, she sits back and the little girl, which for some reason is a bullet hole in her head in the movie, and she like takes a kid's finger and sticks it in the bullet. That was
Ew.
fucking, yeah, that was creepy. That one was a pretty good shot.
I mean, and this
No pun
in
intended.
the older one, I mean, the lights do go out then, but I think it just cuts to something else then.
Yeah, the movie wasn't very scary in my opinion, but
They do find a red room under the basement stairs where whoever this lady is has like something come over her and she starts speaking almost like she's a conduit, saying that it's a portal to hell and that they need to close it up.
okay, yeah, moving on.
Priest is in a church. There's a sculpture up on the wall that starts slowly crumbling and he just starts screaming prayer, screaming at it. I was waiting for the thing to fall and
Like
kill
murder
him,
yeah.
and it didn't. He's just, Lord! I was like, okay, all right. He's desperate, I guess. They do show the bleeding walls, but it's like, it looks more like bleeding walls than like the green goo. I think it was
Yeah.
like dark red or something.
Yeah.
The husband starts to go crazy, and he goes to,
Trying to kill the family.
yeah, it's almost like a recreating of the "Here's Johnny"
Sort of.
scene
Yeah,
from
kinda,
The Shining. I don't know, the way it looked just reminded me of that. He's axing the door, and then the mom comes up, tries to save the kids, and he thinks that she looks like an old crone, so he goes to kill her, and then she just rolls away and whimpers, and she's like, "Don't hurt them."
Movie's so bad.
Yeah, I didn't think the clips I saw of the dad, I didn't think that he looked scary.
Wasn't Ron Reynolds.
He didn't look like he was going crazy. He just kind of looked like an average dude. Like the axe scene.
Yeah.
First of all, she drops the groceries and was like, he's not even paying attention to me. And she goes up to him. He's like, "This is your fault." And he's just like, whatever. And then he stops chopping and goes to help her. Like,
Yeah, the Ryan Reynolds was way more intimidating,
yeah.
and you could tell he was just going crazy slowly, and he was cool. Yeah, I think the remake was better than the original in my personal opinion. I know you can't say that about a lot of movies, but for this one, I definitely think that the remake was much better
Yeah.
and scarier, way scarier.
The remake was in 2005, only an hour and 30 minutes.
That's all you need. That's all
Yeah.
you need.
It only has a 5.9 out of 10, though. So surprisingly, the older one has a higher rating.
Yeah, they're fucking stupid.
But I don't know who's doing those ratings. I always feel like Rotten Tomatoes are more accurate, but I still don't always agree with those either.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, the 2005 one is just a lot easier to follow, more cohesive, keeps you locked in. You can see that the mom is like still sane, but she's getting worked up about stuff. The little girl is seeing her friend Judy, the ghost of the one
Yeah.
girl, and she gets in danger. And then the dad is, going crazy, but like Ryan Reynolds really looks like he's got like the dark eyes and he's got the like, "I will kill you" face.
at the part where he's having the kid did something wrong or whatever, and he has a kid holding the wood as he's fucking chopping it. He like grabs his arm and like makes him hold the wood, like hold still kind of thing. And there's just this, so fucking good. Anyways, enough about Amityville.
Oh, I forgot to mention in the original, they show the pig with the red
Yeah,
eyes in
in
the
the
window,
window,
and
yeah.
it's so bad.
So bad.
I know, like, the effects weren't as good.
But just do better. Just do better,
It's just
Amityville.
this floating pig. It's so funny. All right. So that's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The next one we have, you talked about, I think it was one of the last two podcasts.
Yeah.
The Death Tunnel.
Waverly Hills.
Waverly Hills. So I was interested to learn more about this. So it was converted from a schoolhouse in 1910 to a sanatorium for tuberculosis patients during the White Plague outbreak. Tuberculosis is White Plague.
History. Yep.
I didn't know that, so I just want to make that clear. It's originally only meant to hold up to 50 people, so pretty small if you think about it.
Building's huge, though. It's kind of wild.
Well, it was a 2-story building with 2 open-air pavilions, and it sounds like you could hold more than 50,
Yeah.
but I guess it really wasn't that big at first. The treatments were highly experimental because,
They didn't,
know,
know, they didn't know any better. Yeah.
it's like the first time they had seen it, and, they didn't have as many advancements as we do now, so they kind of tried a lot of different things. Unfortunately, some of them were not so great.
Yeah.
They thought sunlight and just the open air would be enough. They would lay patients out in the sun all day.
Times a year, too.
Yeah, so like that's obviously one of the nicer ones, but like when that didn't work, they kept going to more extreme measures, which eventually would lead to surgeries, very invasive things. And as you can imagine, survival rates were incredibly low.
Yep.
There wasn't a lot of survivors. In 1912, they opened another wing so that they could house more patients.
Yeah.
And another 2 years later, 1914, they had a children's wing. And some of these children were people who, if they didn't have tuberculosis, maybe their parents died from tuberculosis, so this was just kind of where they lived because they were
sucks.
orphaned.
Yeah, it sucks.
And you're then also being exposed to it too, and then they're not likely to make it either. No. It's very sad. And on top of housing regular citizens, we had the First World War come into play, so then they were also housing soldiers. And the numbers just kept continuing to rise. So
it's 30,000, I think, at the end, right?
I think
it was a lot. I know that.
Certainly.
Yeah, I think it was like 30,000. So
I think that's the right number. Wasn't until 1926 that they began construction to make it large enough to hold about 400 patients.
Just think about how many patients you have to go through in a certain amount of time, having a max capacity of 400 to make 30,000.
I mean, I was trying to picture like what 400 people would look like. I'm like, well, my graduating class was about 200 people. So if you put 2 graduating classes, like 2 big schools together, that's 400 people. Like thinking, I mean, that's like the bottom levels of a hospital nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. And this is also when they made the tunnel. It was not until 1926. According to onlyinyourstate.com, surgeries performed included collapsing their lungs, thinking that the lesions or whatever would heal. Can you bring a lung back from collapsing? Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
I'm like, maybe nowadays, I don't know, but I'm like, I don't think they could back then. That's just crazy.
I think they only collapsed one lung, though, wasn't it? Was it both?
I think it's just one.
Yeah, but still, yeah, you can survive with one lung, but I'm sure that's not your air capacity is probably terrible at that point.
Yeah. Removing ribs.
Yeah, so they can expand more. Probably their lungs could expand more.
Well, it said that they would cut them open in the front and the back to go in, and they'd remove 3 ribs at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But like they could have removed more, but they would just take 3, sew you back up, and then open you up again and take more.
Weird.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And lung lobectomy, which is removing the damaged lobes in tissue. And this was all done while they were awake.
Yeah.
They gave them morphine for pain, but they didn't have anesthesia. So
That's crazy.
I would have passed the fuck out.
But if we didn't have those parts of history, you know what I mean? I think we wouldn't have what we have today. They had to find this stuff out. It sucks that other people had to go through it in order for them to find it out, but
Couldn't have been me.
no.
On top of all the stress of that, when you were seeing all the people dying and being taken away, people were getting depressed, and there were some suicides. And this is where the death tunnel comes in. Basically made it so that they could remove the dead patients without the rest of the living patients seeing them. So they weren't seeing how bad it was.
Can you imagine, though? Just think about it. Just laying there, dying, and someone else, your best friend, died in there. And you gotta watch them go taken away. You're like, oh, fuck, I'm probably next.
No,
That's
that's
terrifying.
horrible. Absolutely horrible. It's not an actual chute, like a laundry chute, like I thought when you first mentioned it.
Throwing the bodies down a fucking chute, yeah, no.
It's like slapstick dark comedy in my brain. That would be horrible if they actually did, but it's just a concrete tunnel. They wheeled them down. It did go through like the bottom of the hill, and other staff would just pick them up at the end and do what they have to with the body at that point. People began to realize that how easily it was transmitted, so they tried to make the place kind of self-reliant at one point, and basically if you were committed there, you kind of thought you weren't coming out. You just knew you were stuck there.
Pretty much.
It wasn't until 1944, got an antibiotic. They had to wait a little bit until they had access to it. But then things really slowed down, and eventually the building closed. And then it was reopened as a geriatric hospital, or geriatric. Yeah, thank you. I'm like, how am I saying this? Geriatric place, facility. But there were lots of rumors of abuse and stuff. So after 20 years, that got shut down. And then eventually other people bought it, and now is open to the public for tours. And they do spooky events, whatnot, so that you can try to find some ghosts. As for the movie,
It's terrible.
I thought watching the trailer was enough. I didn't even humor myself with watching parts of the movie because you can tell it's like a B-rate slasher. It has 2.6 out of 5 stars.
So bad.
It's basically like a hazing. They actually filmed at Waverly and dedicated the movie to the people who lost their lives, but like doesn't do anything to... I don't think the people who died would be happy with this movie. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I just remember there was an interview. The guy, the producer, the director, the fuck he was sitting there with like one of the chicks, and he's like, and then in the hallway there was a ball. It was a little girl, and I'm just like, all your movies about is titties, dude. Don't act like you care about anything that's going on here.
Yeah, they're college women who are being hazed, stuck in the sanatorium for 5 hours. They're like barely dressed. I think one was wrapped in like a sheet or something.
It's just B-rate
And-
booby movie.
Yeah, the ghosts are like, I think the one has a plague doctor mask, and he's got like this crazy dirty trench coat, and he's just going after him, trying to kill him. Just in no way does anything for the patients who actually died there. It's just,
It's a one to be like House on Haunted Hill, except not nearly as good because House on Haunted Hill is awesome.
yeah. I don't think I actually mentioned it. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium is in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So now if you want to go for a visit, you got to go to Kentucky.
Definitely pretty fucking cool.
So I have... I have 2 more. I don't know if you want to stop here or if you want me to Continue.
Depends. Pick one. Pick one at random.
I'm kind of torn because I'm interested in the one, but the other one's a movie we really like.
Oh, fuck.
The one we really like is really short, though.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Depends how long this one takes.
Okay.
It's a Conjuring, isn't it?
Nope.
Oh, really? I am slightly intrigued.
All right.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I would never guess that one.
So we're gonna cut that.
What?
We're gonna cut all that little me talking to you part out.
About this?
Yeah.
I guess.
So I have two more. Gonna try to squeeze them in. The next one is the movie Incantation. Such a good movie.
It was good. Found footage. My
Yes,
favorite kind.
it is a found footage movie, and as stated before, they're not my favorite, but this one got me good.
Yeah.
It's so well done. We both highly recommend you watch it.
Yes.
But it is based on the story of the Wu family. I forgot to look up how to say this. Do you have any idea how to say that?
Kaohsiung, Taiwan, I guess. Kaohsiung, Taiwan.
Well, that's the best you're getting.
Yeah, that's it.
That's where they lived. And the whole family believed that they were possessed by various Chinese folk deities.
Chinese.
Yeah, interesting, right?
This might be stupid. Like Taiwan, I guess that is near that part of the world, right? Taiwanese, China. Yeah, I guess so. All right, so yes, it's near China, 100 miles away. China's an island, so
China's an island?
no, Taiwan's an island, right?
Sounded like you said China's an island.
Now I'm whatever. China's here, Taiwan's here. It's an island. Incantation, whatever. It's a movie and it's scary. Continue.
The shared belief led them down a dark path. They began doing several different rituals and became violent and aggressive, and eventually the youngest daughter thought she was possessed by what they called the third prince, but the entire family eventually turned on the eldest daughter, thinking that she was the one that was possessed. They each thought they were inhabited by a different god, such as the Jade Emperor and Queen Mother of the West. And this collective psychosis spiraled out of control over the course of a whole month. So this took the whole month, 4 weeks of them doing rituals, attacking each other, engaging in self-harm, not eating, all kinds of crazy shit like that.
And we get tired just going to work.
Burned each other with incense and even consumed feces and urine in an attempt to get the evil spirits to leave their body.
It's not my first choice of things to do if I was possessed.
I mean, if
by,
you're
like,
that desperate, if you've done all these other things, this is probably towards,
I guess.
towards the end of the list, but
It's like holy water or eat poop.
it was at the end that they singled out the eldest daughter. And they abused her, and she starved and eventually died of multiple organ failure and malnutrition.
Jesus.
When they brought her to the hospital, the family thought she was still alive. But obviously she wasn't. Maybe they thought like the demon their deity had actually left at that point, and then they're like, save our daughter. But she was gone. They, had a continued delusion. Now, the movie, it's not, 100% matching
They
the
never
original
are.
story.
Not even close.
And
yeah.
I didn't find many other, details around the true family story itself, but the movie is from 2022, almost 2 hours long, hour and 50 minutes, and has a 6.3 rating out of 10.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
All things considered, yeah.
I mean, I think for us it would be a little higher,
Yeah, yeah.
more like 7.5 or 8.
7.5, yeah. I don't think we'll go 8 with it, but...
But the mom, I don't remember how it begins, but they show the mom, the found footage part, going with a small group of people to a religious community. It's very niche, I guess, not they don't usually take visitors, very hard community to get into, and they have a lot of taboos, rules to
Yeah.
follow, things that you don't do. And she ends up violating a taboo. So when she goes back home, her daughter is being attacked by something, and she's desperately trying to save her daughter. I mean, I guess the parallel is in the religious belief.
Mm-hmm.
How far do you go in your religion, or do you take this to a more medical standpoint?
I think a lot of people think that religion can fix most medical things, at least with exorcisms and whatnot. I think I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I guess in every culture is different with that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah, and they also have a Mother Buddha versus the other
Yeah,
deities from the story. I do have a heightened sense of realism. Makes you kind of feel like you're, I don't want to say that you're there, but you're experiencing it too.
That's. I don't want to spoil that one, but that is the one where there's that tunnel behind the thing, right? They go in that tunnel at the end. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm trying to. I know I liked it. And I think it was a group of friends. They went in that house, and then they all went into that tunnel. Then at the end there, right? I'm just trying to remember.
I don't think. Well,
there's a tunnel in
that's
the
not how it ends.
Okay, yeah.
That was the end of the found footage.
Oh, okay, all right.
Until she's recording herself.
Yeah, she put the camera up and something keeps happening to her kid. Yeah, I kind of remember. Yeah, it's been a while since I saw it, but
I'll have to watch it again.
it was solid though. I know it was a good found footage film. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that whole theme relates to the last one I have. I'll try to go through this fast. The last one is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I don't believe I've seen this movie either.
I've seen that one. It's pretty
I
good.
haven't seen a lot of the classics or a lot of the hyped up older exorcism movies.
Wouldn't call. I mean, I think it was one of the first ones that was an exorcism of, and then they started doing a fucking bunch of them, exorcism of Deborah, something, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it was one of the first ones they did that with.
The story is based off of a German woman named Anneliese Michael, and it started taking place around the 1960s. She was from another devout Catholic family. She herself practiced and, supposedly actually believed in her religion.
I'm just wondering now, not to interrupt you, but do you notice a lot of this exorcism stuff and all of this the possession stuff always happens to someone who's very into religion?
Well, yeah, usually if it's in the United States, it's someone who's very Catholic.
Yeah, why is that though? I wonder. That's just strange. It's oh, you're
Well,
fucking religion.
isn't
I'll show you.
Catholicism one of the more strict, I don't want to say severe, but
Catholic is, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like when you have something that is closer to the extreme end,
Maybe. Yeah.
you're more likely to have extreme
Stuff, I
experiences,
guess.
reactions
Maybe.
to things.
That makes sense, I guess. But anyways, sorry, continue.
So at age 16, she had a convulsion and she kind of went into like a trance-like state. Also, the research on this, it was all, like, a lot of it had some of the same stuff, but some of the things were, like, off by a little bit. So I'm not sure why. I couldn't find, like, a super credible source either. So I'm not sure why things are a little wishy-washy, but so, like, the dates or the age or things like that might be a little bit off, so don't take this,
Yeah.
100% for what I'm saying. Did my best. She ended up being diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy, which can cause seizures, memory loss, and
Hallucinations.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hallucinations. And it's also thought that she might have had Geschwind syndrome, which is defined as a behavioral syndrome
Okay.
that I think it was like 7%. Very few people with temporal lobe epilepsy can have.
Okay.
It's characterized by preoccupation with philosophical or religious questions. Symptoms include circumstantiality, excessive verbal output, altered sexuality, and intensified mental life. So deepened cognitive and emotional responses, heightened creativity.
Okay.
So to me, it sounds like very active brain. So gets the mouth moving, is outputting all of the things that are coming through the head. And then you're having highs and lows, basically, kind of like when you're being manic and depressive. From what I read, that's what it was like. So very moody, kind of all over the place. For this, she was giving an antipsychotic medicine, and then she was also given a medicine for her seizures. Because she continued over the years to have these, and she took the medicine regularly. She tried to fix it with medicine. And the seizure medication, I guess, wasn't working. And she began to be depressed, and she, wasn't thinking that medicine could help her anymore.
Yeah.
And she actually became angry with her, like, religious figures. I'm thinking, she's like, okay, medicine can't help me. My religion's not helping me either. What do I go from here, She started hearing demons taunting her in her ears. She saw the devil's face often. And then, she believed she was possessed, and her family began to believe she was possessed too. Because of that, they did try to approach some priests to get an exorcism done. And the first people that they talked to said, well, you should try some more medicine treatments, medical treatments. Yeah. They're like, we would have to get approval from a bishop anyway, but they just seemed like they didn't think it was worth it,
Yeah. Yep.
So Annalise continued to spiral, and her condition severely worsened. A lot of the things that she did is kind of crazy. I could see from an outsider's perspective, you walked in, you could look at her and think you're possessed.
Or crazy.
Yeah. She was ripping her clothes off, compulsively doing excessive amounts of squats. They said up to 400 squats a day.
That's probably like fucking bricks.
Well, she ends up ripping her ligaments and breaking the bones in her knees.
Never mind.
From the amount that she's doing. She's not ripped. She's falling apart.
Okay, never mind.
She's barked like a dog under a table for 2 days. 2 days straight.
Fucking nuts, yeah.
Ate insects and licked her own urine off of the floor.
Nice.
This utterly disgusting.
Yes.
because her condition's getting so bad, her mom finally found a priest who's willing to listen to her, who's going to help. He talked to a bishop. That bishop hooked him up with another priest. They got their exorcism. They're good to go. Just want to side note that this priest in the court, because this whole thing goes to court then, because, spoiler, Annalise dies. He is quoted with saying in court that she didn't look like an epileptic.
What the fuck does epileptic look like?
And are you an expert in what epileptic people look like? You're a priest. You're not a doctor.
You don't look like you have seizures because of blinking lights. I don't believe you.
So I just thought that was wild. Maybe there is actually more to his statement. I don't know if
Yeah, there probably
people
is.
left it out.
It probably means something.
I'm kind of hoping that there's there's more to it. If not, this man is an idiot.
You don't look like a Gemini.
You're more like a Sagittarius. Anyway, la la la. All right, so guy's last name was Alt, and the other priest was Arnold Renz. They would go on to perform 67 exorcisms in a period of 10 months.
66 of them didn't work. The last one killed her.
It's not 666 though. It's just 66.
That's what I said. The 66 one didn't work. The 67th one killed her. That's what I said.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, it's only 2 digits. It's not 3.
66, 67. Those are 2 digits apiece.
I don't get what you're saying.
The 66th one didn't work, so they did a 67th one, and they killed her. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I thought you were trying to just make like the number line up so that it's 666.
No.
Okay.
Anyways. I'm too tired for this right now.
Oh, wake the fuck up! La la la. There are recordings. They're audio recordings only. We don't have visual recordings, unfortunately. I mean, not to say that we should be watching this woman at her expense, but it would be interesting.
Yeah, to see an actual exorcism. You don't see those anymore these days.
Well, I was really interested in this, so I started watching some other videos about priests on other talk shows and podcasts talking about their experiences, and the one guy said that they don't film exorcisms to protect the identities of the people getting the exorcism.
I guess.
I'm like, well, that is kind, but I feel like that's not the only reason. Or like they do, but it's like shoved in a secret vault somewhere in the Vatican.
Every once in a while, they just fucking backhand the person, so you can't show them smacking them around a little bit. I mean, you never know.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Let the conspiracies begin.
There's nothing wrong with conspiracy sometimes.
Annalise believed that she was possessed by 6 demons total. One of them was Adolf Hitler, and the other was Lucifer.
I don't correlate the Adolf Hitler being a demon. I mean, he's an asshole, but...
Well, I think
Maybe
one of the
him.
other 4 was a priest that... what's the word? He was like a shameful priest. Like, he's a bad priest. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she says 6 demons. And
Whatever.
I mention this because it comes up in the movie. I guess when she wasn't being, outwardly possessed, she was still trying to pray on her knees despite the fact that she had, broken bones and ligaments and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you can actually see pictures, though, of her online and her condition. It is awful. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen worse photos of someone in real life claiming to be possessed. But, like, you can see a picture from when she's healthy and then to when she's not. She is so thin. She's got super dark eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bad. Maybe we'll bleep one in for you then. But, La 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 la. On July 1st, 1976, she died from malnutrition and dehydration, was weighing around 66 pounds.
Ah, damn. It's like all bone.
66 pounds.
That's wild.
Yes, and
Yeah.
she was 23 years old.
That's crazy.
So young. So young. So when this went to court, all four people, the parents and the two priests, were charged with negligent homicide.
Damn.
He was basically saying, like, they could have saved her.
Yeah.
They could have helped her. A doctor who had consulted on the case was brought into court for his say, and he had stated he had told them that they should find more medical help. However, the one priest recounts him saying something else. Like, he says that he showed up, looked at Annalise, and said, "There's no injection against the devil, Annalise." Which is a fire fucking statement. Very iconic. So I just thought that was interesting because now we have he said, she said
Yeah.
with an actual doctor. So it's good they brought a doctor in. But according to them, he was like, but were they really being negligent? And he was like, no, go seek help. Or was the doctor being negligent? You know?
Yeah.
All four of them were found guilty. They felt the parents had suffered enough, though. So even though they are seen as guilty, they were like acquitted of their charges.
Weird.
And one report had said the priests went to jail for only 6 months and then had 3 years of probation. And another source said that they were just fined. So I'm not really sure what their actual punishment was, but seems like they got off fairly easy.
Way easier than they should have, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Catholic Church, somewhere down the line, like not too soon afterwards, but they made a statement and were saying that this was the case of mental illness and not a possession. Like, they basically didn't want to be looked at for any to blame.
Yeah.
They were trying to save their asses by saying that. And some people who, I mean, it wasn't, I guess, just the family. Like, there were other friends and people in the public that felt that Annalise was having a religious experience and kind of looked at her like a martyr. Because she also felt like she had to suffer and like die to atone for the youth of the age and priests. She said that somewhere, but people would go in buses to her grave and sit there and like pray.
Damn.
So it is interesting. Like, she does actually have a religious following. Now in the movie, IMDb says came out 2005, hour and 59 minutes, so almost 2 hours again. 6.7 out of 10.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Its description of the movie is a lawyer takes on a negligent homicide case involving a priest who performed an exorcism on a young girl. So they do make the girl in the movie younger. I think she's 19 in the movie.
I forget. Yeah.
It primarily focuses on like the court case, and it's the lawyer going around, like going through trying to figure out what happened, but they'll show you flashbacks of like what was actually happening.
I forget. She was in college, I think, in the movie. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember how she got the demon, how it presented that to that in the movie. I forget.
I'm not sure about that. But they do show her like seeing, like, there's regular people on the street seeing their face like morph into something scary. She sees like devil faces. They have the squatting behavior in the movie. She just starts she looks unnatural when she's doing it. Freaky. And they do include the iconic line, "There's no injection against the devil." So, I mean, I feel like it's not going to be like an A+ movie, but I feel like it looked pretty good. And they include enough of what supposedly happened to Annalise, but it's obviously going to be a little bit more dramatized.
How it was in all the movies.
Can't talk today.
I feel like when it comes to movies to real life events, it's probably 80% Hollywood compared to 20% what's actually real, if not less.
I think it would be very, very hard. Like, well, at that point, you're going pure documentary if you're
That's true.
going for
That's true,
100% the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah, no, that's right. So,
Very interesting stuff, though. Lots of food for thought. I want to look more into these priests and like what they have to say because I don't know. It's just not an avenue I've gone down when thinking about ghosts and stuff like that, is looking at the perspective of real life priests doing exorcisms, because that is a thing. It's actually a thing still today.
for anybody who's not religious out there, just out of curiosity, why do we think that spirits and ghosts are afraid of religion? It does seem like that is a thing. Like, you have a priest come in and bless it with holy water and stuff. Why do the ghosts go away? Why do the demon activity stop? Is religion fake or is it real? It's something that's a weird thing to think about. I'm not a super religious person myself, so that stuff always kind of made me wonder.
Yeah. No, because I believe that anything is possible. I do believe in ghosts, and I feel like there are just other things out there we don't understand. But I'm not, strictly believing in Catholic or any one sort of religion. And anytime I've had a dream about like a demon trying to attack me, I'm like, either one, I have to scream at it and tell it I'm not afraid and just need to go away, or two, I need like holy water or something. And it's like, why does that work if that's something I don't believe in?
Or if it's not real.
Actually, I do remember this one dream I had. It was in this really like big Gothic church. Mm-hmm. You're so annoyed with me right now.
Big Gothic church.
It was all dark. There was like no lights. Dirty. Just super creepy. Mm-hmm. Super creepy. And I'm my person is walking through, exploring these rooms. I have bad vibes everywhere I'm going. And eventually we get into like the big opening, and there's like one or two other people with me. Like where you would first walk in the church is just big open area. And like the big bad is coming for us. Can't move, can't do anything. And all I can think to do is to conjure the image of this bright ass cross. Mm-hmm. Like that's just emitting light. And just keep thinking along the lines of like, light, Jesus will save me. It'll be okay. Just, I believe in Jesus. I do. And it ended up working. But I also think that's the only thing I knew in my brain that I think that would work to comfort myself and to get myself to wake up. And the brain is a very powerful thing.
Very.
We can truly like believe things that we want to if we tell ourselves that it's real. So there's that too.
That's what the Lost family told himself. We believe hard enough, green goo can come out of the walls and we can tell people about it and we can make a lot of money.
Maybe we should try that.
Green goo in the walls?
Yeah, let's make it yellow.
There's yellow goo in the walls now.
Well, I'm sorry if this was a little long-winded. We hope you enjoyed. Hope you stuck around, and we hope you'll come around for the next one.
Yeah, this time we'll probably watch YouTube videos and rate them again. Look at the first episode. Quick and simple. Have a good one, guys. See ya.